Malcolm, what's your insider take?
I'm involved with LGB Alliance, and I think that it was founded by two lesbians, Bev and Kate. Kate has often said that the reason she felt so animated to set up the organization was the same experience that Bev had, the same experience that I had, that when you're a kid at school, you know, I was a very camp little boy, and I know, and Kate says she's absolutely convinced, so is Bev, that had we been young people now, we definitely have been fast-tracked. We were so obviously gender non-conforming. I mean, there's a term in Scotland, lassie boy, and I don't know, it's an Irish one as well, and it is I was always called a lassie boy because I would play with the girls. I didn't want to play football. How boring, stupid boys running around kicking a ball. And so I would definitely have been fast-tracked. And so, you know, I know, I mean, that's why the organisation was set up, to protect our younger selves, really. I mean, and the reason, one of the reasons I feel really strongly about puberty blockers was I was really badly bullied as a gender non-conforming kid. But the thing that saved me was I suddenly had puberty, and I soared, and I got bigger, and I took up the gym, and I, you know, and I fought back, and puberty was what sort of transformed me from this little skinny kid to this guy that could look after himself. And I think you're taking that human right to go from a troubled little kid into becoming almost adult, and you're trapping kids in the period where they feel least confident. And so that's another reason why I feel pretty strongly about blockers.
And speaking to, sorry if is that an offensive term, lassie boy? I don't know.
I was intended to be it was definitely intended. It was not meant as a compliment in Ayrshire.
Well, so
in 1972.
in going through that, have you been in a position to coach or develop advice for so-called lassie boys to get more comfortable with themselves? And
I mean, that's something that we definitely want to do is as an organisation to provide what Stonewall said it was. I mean, Stonewall went into schools. It's sort of like a ruse. Stonewall went into schools because there was lots of bullying. Now, we all knew there was lots of bullying of gay kids or gay teenagers or whatever, gender non-conforming kids. They went in there, they said they were going to stop bullying, and then they bullied teachers and gender non-conforming kids into accepting gender identity. And what is needed now, I mean, they're not the only one, there's a huge number of these bonkers organisations that go in there and essentially now go into schools and trap gender non-conforming kids into gender ideology. And what is required is an alternative to that. And we're trying to produce schools material which we hope, you know, can go into schools that will encourage these kids to think of themselves as nothing being wrong with them. They are not trapped in the wrong body. They are just different, and that's all that they need to be told.